Okay, today is day 6. Hello guys, today is day 6 of consistency of learning about what I have learned. Today I have learned about how switches use indicators. For example, first a switch builds and maintains MAC address table, also called as CAM table. So the table that maps which MAC address is reachable on which physical port. Which MAC address is reachable on which physical port. Okay, this is MAC address. So first, frame arrives at a switch. What is frame? Where it is frame is created in layer 2. In layer 2 encapsulation frame is done. I think you understand it. In layer 3 packets encapsulation. Layer 2 frame is arrives at switch. Switch checks with whether it MAC address table for destination MAC. In the frame there is source MAC address and destination MAC address. So switch checks whether the MAC address table for the destination MAC address. If not, forward if it is known MAC address, in the table MAC address, so it will forward the frame. Frame only. Or the correct part. So if it's unknown, it is floods the flame out. It is like it is flooding the flame out. Okay, which continuously. What is the advantage of switch? Which continuously update a table by reading the source MAC address of every frame. So there are so many devices connecting to network. So this will be handled by switch. Okay, I think you understand. I think I have understand this how switches use MAC addresses. Okay, let's discuss some keywords. What is MAC spoofing? Okay. MAC spoofing. Attackers change their MAC address to impersonate other devices, bypass MAC-based access control or evade detection. For them to undetected, they use MAC spoofing, like they change a MAC address to impersonate other devices, or by getting your device, they can access control to your computer or any device. So this is MAC address, MAC spoofing. Next is ARP spoofing or poison. Exploits the trust relationship between the MAC and IP address to intercept traffic. So there is like a MAC address and IP address. You are searching for any details data. So what is it doing? exploits trust relationship between MAC address. For example, someone is going to see here what is going on, or some it will interrupt traffic. Okay, it will interrupt traffic. He's sending hi. It will interrupt in the middle. So this is like two persons is in two persons, right? I think they will trust whether our message is going to other or not, or in the middle message is seen by others or not. This is ARP spoofing. I think I understand this. MAC flooding. I think you know, right? In switch there is like so many frames you can flood. Okay, so what is you will flood with fake source IP, fake source MAC address. You will flood into switch. So what is doing? Forcing to fail open. Okay, forcing to fail. Whether it we have like up and broadcast everything, right? So it is like someone will flooding with so many faking MAC address to the switch, so that it may fail, forcing to fail open. This is like MAC flooding. Next one is port security. Port security is like defensive feature on switch that limits or blocks which MAC addresses are allowed on a given port. This is like some MAC addresses limit only some MAC addresses are allowed. I mean some frames are allowed in the switch. So because of this allowed to a given port. So it is like it is like security. Okay, I think I understand this. Next one is IPv4 addressing. Next concept. Okay, what is IP address? It is logical address. What is it? It is logical address used to identify device on a network. Okay, on a network, it is used to identify what is it and enable routing between different networks. Unlike MAC address, what is MAC address? IP address is what lets you do traffic control across internet. For example, it is like IP address is like you are searching for some videos or some files or some docs. So it is like in control. If you want to search for on the web, you can control which web you have to search, which is file is, which video is you have to, which you can control. Whereas MAC address, you can't control. Everything is connected to switch. So MAC address is like permanent. IP address is not like permanent. It is like temporary. Okay, it changes from place. It depends on place or anything. So what is IP address? It is a logical address device on a network enabling routing different networks. So we can search different. Okay. Okay, it is like from network to network or router to router. Okay, I think IPv4. Let's discuss about IPv4. Okay, V4 means 4. I mean 1, 2, 3, 4. Here 8 bits, 8 bits, 8 bits, 8 bits. This is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. it is like this, written as. So what is this 0 and 1s? What is this? 8 bits. Only 0 ones are filled in this. So total how many here 8 bits. So total how many bits? 32 bits. 8 8 8 8 8 fours are 32 bits. I think you understand, right? So how many numbers we can fill in this 8 bits? 2 power 8. Okay, so here 255 255 255 255. So these number of numbers, for example 255.0.0.0, 255.0.1.1, 255.0.2.1, like that we can fill these number of. So for example, how many EPv4 we can fill? Approximately how many? 4.326, or I think billion. So but how many are there in the world? We crossed already this number 20 years ago. So that's why they are introduced IPv6. Okay, I think you understand IPv4. I think nothing but a 4-bit rule. Okay, how many numbers we can fit? 255.255. You can fit in those numbers. Okay, let's discuss some topic. Network portion, host portion. For example, some network portion is like identify this as a LAN. Okay, for example 255.0.0.0 by 8. Let's say it is given to you your network. For example, how many numbers we can give? As I said 255.0.1 0.1. Okay, we can give like this, or 0.0.2 0.0.3, so on 0.0.255 completed, right? And again 0.0, right? 1.1, like that. How many it is completed? It is also completed up to 255. It is also completed up to 255. This is fixed. What is this called? Network portion. And what it is called? Host portion. I think you understand some of it, right? Okay, let's discuss further about this. Just remember this: network portion and host portion. This is like how many devices you are going to connect. Okay, this is like somewhat fixed value for your network. Okay, let's discuss our class. There are 5 class A, 1 to 126. Remember this. Okay, 1 to 126, 55.0.0.0.8. Okay, this is like used for huge networks. Here you can see, right? Here we can up to fill 255. This is what network portion. P 128 to 191. Okay, here what is it? 255.255. 2 is 2 are fixed. So what is changing? These 2 are changing. How many you can fit? 255. How many here you can fit? 255. So this is medium networks. Some medium network classic 192.223. Okay, 192 to 223. What is it like? 255.255.255. So these 3 are fixed. Here changing. How many you can fit? 255. Okay, so this is like used for small networks. Okay, D is like 224 to 239. It is multicast, used for multicast, and E is like 240 to 255. It is used for reserved some experimental. Okay, this is about the classes. Okay, let's discuss in another class. This is what I have learned from this. I think you guys can encourage me such that this type of learning videos will be soon what I have learned and what is going on. I will soon upload. My basic target is like complete roadmap to cybersecurity. First, I will discuss about networking and then we can go further in this. Thank you for watching, guys.